What's the one thing in your life right now that feels heavy, exhausting, but you keep holding on to it just because you don't want to be seen as a quitter? Is it a job, a relationship, or a goal you set years ago that no longer excites you? Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adidiwura. Today I will be sharing with you the power of quitting. When quitting can actually be a progress, not failure. Some of us are still stuck in the routine that drains us just because we are terrified of being called a quitter. That's not living, that's enduring. We've all heard it: never quit. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. But what if I told you that is not always true? What if quitting at the right time could actually be the most powerful move you ever make? Here's the truth: sometimes the smartest, strongest, most freeing move you can ever make is to quit. Quitting has been painted as failure, but what if quitting is actually progress? Because quitting isn't giving up, it's choosing differently. It's saying, this is no longer serving me, I deserve better. That's not a weakness, that's wisdom. You know what I realize? Sometimes we hold on not because it's good for us, but because we are scared of what people will say if we stop. We are scared of starting over, scared of admitting this isn't working anymore. It's like carrying around a backpack full of rocks. Everyone says, don't drop it, you've carried it this far. But nobody asks if those rocks are actually crushing you. Today, I want to flip the script on quitting, not as failure, not as weakness, but as progress. Because sometimes quitting isn't giving up, it's choosing yourself. Quitting doesn't always mean you are weak. Sometimes it means you are finally strong enough to stop lying to yourself. Think about it. What's the point of grinding at something that drains your energy, kills your creativity, and keep you small? Just so that you can say, at least I didn't quit. That's not success, that's self punishment. Picture this: you are climbing a ladder with all your energy, but halfway up, you realize that it's leaning against the wrong wall. Do you keep climbing just because you have already invested time and energy? Or do you step down and move the ladder and finally climb where you actually want to go? That's the power of quitting. Quitting isn't failing, it's just climbing better. Quitting has been demonized because it's confused with laziness. But laziness is avoiding effort. Quitting is redirecting effort. It's saying, this no longer serves me, and I'm making room for something better. That's not a weakness, that's wisdom. I remember when I had to make the tough choice to quit a business that wasn't just profitable anymore. I knew the right thing to do was to take my capital out and move on. But I struggled with the fear of what people will say. I didn't want it to seem like I failed. In the end, I'm grateful I found the courage to step away. I was able to pull out my money and protect my capital. And that decision turned out to be one of the best I ever made. It gave me the chance to invest in something better and more rewarding. Looking back, I realized that if I had let fear control me, I would have lost everything and be forced to start again from the scratch. So let me ask you, what's the one thing you are holding on to? Not because it's right for you, but because you don't want the world to call you a quitter. Is it a project that is dead in your heart? A relationship that is only surviving out of guilt? That plan that made sense 5 years ago, or it doesn't fit into the person you have become? Or a dream that you outgrew years ago, but still can't let go? What will happen if you gave yourself permission to quit? To finally put it down, ask yourself what it will cost you to stay. What's the freedom in living? Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to look at it and say, I'm done. I quit. Every time you quit something that isn't aligned with who you're becoming, you're not quitting life, you're upgrading it. You're saying, I deserve more than this. And you're stepping into the possibility of something better. Quitting is not the end of the story. Quitting is clearing the page so that you can actually start a new chapter. It's like clearing a closet. Yeah, it feels messy at first, but once you toss out what doesn't fit anymore, you make space for things that do. So if you have been waiting for a sign, this is it. Give yourself permission to quit the wrong things so that you can start the right things. Remember, progress isn't always about pushing harder. Sometimes the bravest step forward is walking away. Every time you quit what isn't aligned with who you are becoming, you're not quitting life, you're upgrading it. Don't let the fear of the word quit trap you in a life that isn't yours. Because stopping isn't the same as failing, stopping is choosing. And every time you quit what isn't right, you're actually moving closer to what is. Because quitting isn't the end, it's the beginning of what is next. And that's the real power of quitting. If this video helped you, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share it with someone who you think will benefit from it. I release video every week to help you step boldly into who you are called to be. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I will see you in the next video.